everyone, and welcome back. Today we're going to be playing the Golgari true combo deck, where it is actually focusing around the Innkeeper's talent and the Vraska, and we're just trying to play a lot of value cards along the way. We're a little less all in on it. We don't have 4 of each like we normally would in this deck list. Instead, we opted to play a little more things like a Preacher and then get into Disfigure and stuff in here, just to make sure we're a little bit more balanced out when it comes to just playing our mid-range plan, which is oftentimes how we win. Anyway, the Innkeeper with Vraska, we're just trying to use Vraska as more of a good planeswalker and Innkeeper as a kind of buff our board / give things ward. If you don't know how the combo works or you haven't seen it, maybe you're new to standard or something. At the beginning of combat on your turn, put a 1 counter on target creature you control. Good for our mid-range plan when it comes to putting counters on Mosswood Dreadknight or Deep-Cavern Bat or any other creature that we have in our deck. And then we pay a green, and then our permanents get ward 1, so kind of like hexproof, but with attacks that they can pay to get around it. But the final mode is where we really find this card's value in the level 3. If you were to put 1 or more counters on a permanent or player, put twice that many of each of those counters on that permanent or player instead. So now whenever we put a 1/1 on a creature, it now gets 2 counters. Or whenever we have a planeswalker enter the battlefield, they come in and they enter with loyalty counters. Technically, these are loyalty counters, which means they'll get doubled. So Liliana will enter with 3. It would go up to 6, allowing us to immediately do the bottom mode, where it's separate all permanents target player controls into 2 piles. That player sacrifices all permanents in that pile of their choice. Or the main win con is Vraska, where this ability gets applied 2 separate times, being with -9. Target player has fewer than 9 poison counters. They get a number of poison counters equal to the difference. So that means in our deck, they're going to get 9 poison counters. Innkeeper's talent's going to double that, and that allows us to put 18 poison counters on them. And poison only needs to go to 10, as you can see, poison counter. A player with 10 or more poison counters loses the game. 18 is more than 10. Last I checked in my algebra class in high school, or that elementary school, I have no idea. But with that said, final note on this, Vraska, technically you can still pay the Phyrexian cost because 2 replacement effects happen. The Phyrexian cost reducing the loyalty and the Innkeeper's talent doubling the loyalty is essentially, to put it pretty simply. But what will happen is this will enter with 6, double to 12, and then the Phyrexian tax will get taken off of the 12 and put us to 10, still allowing us to all our Vraska here. Other than that, we have a bunch of little stuff, and I have like one final note before we hop into the games. If you don't care, you'll be surprised why I'm tilted. But I got a lot of bad news today. Nothing like health-wise or anything like that, but there's a water leak outside my house and the kind of water line that leads into my house, and it is kind of destroying the foundation of my house, and I had to throw out a couple of appliances today, as like my oven and things. So I'm in a little bit of a bad mood. So when I got off work, I had to kind of do all that. I didn't really have a whole lot of help. Everybody was kind of busy. It was last minute, so I wasn't surprised. So that took me like 3 or 4 hours after I got off work, and now I got to record this. So today's video is going to be a little bit shorter as well. And if I am a little tilted, that's why, because Arena decided it was mono red day for me. I don't know why. It just did. But with that said, we're going to go ahead and hop into the games. I hope you all enjoy them. And if you do, please consider subscribing. It truly helps out the channel a ton. And let's go see if we can't combo some people. All right, we go first. Now, we could play a Disfigure on turn 1 potentially, but I think I need to go for the green mana here. I'm not going to reveal it this time around, you know. Be a little sneaky. Look, they're looking. Ah, of course. Of course. One time I'm like, yeah, I'm not going to play Disfigure right away. They probably won't be aggro. Here they are. Disfigure's a little soft to prowess creatures, so we'll get rid of it right away. If it was like the 1/1, I'd be a little more inclined. Like the mouse, I'd be a little more inclined to wait on the Disfigure to try to blow it out, but just not going to get it done there. That comes in. Sure, we could opt for Preacher, but I think this is the perfect time to Liliana minus. If there ever was one. I click them, and then now next turn I can look to play a Mosswood and a Deep-Cavern Bat, and then just like maybe not do anything with Liliana. If I draw another land, I'll still plus. It'll kind of depend what we're looking at when we get there. Okay, what is this gonna do? How you feeling about the challenger? The mono red player take out Liliana. Shocking Liliana. Okay. Ooh.
Knew this was a waste of time.
They really thought about it hard too. That's the craziest thing. Like, do I play like a mono red player and just be super greedy, or do I wait? All right. Well, both those cards do nothing if they don't have a creature, but we all know how this game works. Bring on the Swiss Spear or the Slick Shot. Come on. Get them in play. Know how this works. We didn't want them to target this, by the way, because we don't want the trigger to happen in this one. Wow. Who would have thought, team? They drew a creature immediately. Play a preacher. You have to be very cautious with this cut down. They're going to wait until they have both of these available next turn as well. I'll end turn. If they don't wait, they're insane. You're insane. You are absolutely insane. I just don't get it. Like, never mind. Never punish, dude. I don't know. We want to exile top card library until on the next turn. You may play that card. It takes their entire turn. I don't know. Block, I guess. You go empty-handed, kind of. And get a mountain. Sure. Cycle here. See if we can't find removal. There's your Sheoldred. Great draw. Attack. It's 18. 14. 18, 14. Come on, keep playing creatures. I know you got it in you. Yeah, man. Yeah, buddy. What better draws than this? There's a Vraska, but it's definitely Sheoldred the Gathering time. Double swing, gonna try to close. That probably could have held this Mosswood back. Maybe not worth it entirely. But if they pay to equip this, which is 3 mana, they only have like a 1 mana thing that they can do, technically. Am I dead to Monstrous Rage if they put it on there? Do I lose both my creatures anyway if they put it on there? Double strike there? So if they put Monstrous Rage on, I take 12. What are the odds that they die on the back end? I got 4. I got 8. Not high, huh? Yeah. Oh, you got it. Do you go for it or not? Actually, if it wasn't the Vraska situation, they'd be dead on backswing because of this. Okay. That's a pretty good draw. I guess I can apply pressure this way. Attacking with Sheoldred, they have to kind of decide whether it's worth blocking or not. And which Stalker Friendly is obviously not payable here. There's a pause, so they have a shock or something. Okay, sure. Blocks. No blocks. Okay. Oh boy. This is 12 that well. Remove this. I don't like it, but I'm making them fully pay for that. They want to equip it. Now shock's available. They can shock this. I like that the bird wings are flapping every time they draw a card. But as long as we live here, we're good. We have a good chance of living here. Will you shock this out of the way and then get in? You really can't do that. I just have to live. And they have to put one creature back. And then they're automatically dead because of Cottage. Whether they know that or not. I don't even have to Vraska them here. But they don't attack with both and they lose. So it doesn't matter. Okay. Oh, we get there. My turn. I'm doing it just because we're in there. Oh, we take them down. I think their big mistake was on the turn of like tapping out. Essentially, they didn't tap out fully, but we knew their hand. So we knew it was tapped out. And on the end step, trying to target their creature with this. And with that, I was able to get the cut down to work, which I think is just where the mistake happens. I get it, but a little tough, All right, don't have 5 land openers very often, so I'll keep it. We're proving a point that Arena hates us today. I'm gonna draw lands. Oh, interesting. Yep. One more. That's all I need. Yep. Fair and balanced game. If you got Lightning Helix, get lost, or whatever you want, bro. You think about it, if I pump this up and they don't have it, they're not what I thought they were. If you're wondering why we go for the throat that, it's so they can't untap and Knight Errant me. If they just play land. I did not realize it was going to be this deck. Yeah, sure. I got more lands to draw. Don't worry about it. Ooh. I'm going to thin first, even though scientists say this doesn't work. It only implies that you shuffle more lands to the top of your library. Grab a swamp so I don't spam click this time. I'll cycle because I believe. There's a Vraska. Okay, we need 2 turns. We need a turn to pump this up, and then we need a turn to play Vraska. And it looks like our opponent's going to give it to us. We don't Helix the Mosswood. Okay. I now have a 4-3. I get it. That sucks. All right, cool. Just as... What? Keep the 5 landers. Draw 2 more and win the game because you stole them all from your opponent. Go first. Yep. I'm going to regret playing this land tapped. Watch. Here comes. Comes the dork. Ooh, we're good. We're good. We're good. Now I kind of want to Deep-Cavern Bat him. Let me in there. Give me a look. Big. Wow, this all kind of sucks. I'm gonna take Liliana. Weirdly as that sounds. Come at me, bro. Banish talent me or virtue me. Yep. Now. Oh, let's go. All right, so I can either draw a card. No, it's not worth it. Play this. You just play the dude. You just use him to beat Liliana until we get there. Liliana minus. Okay. Wonder what they're taking from my hand. Yep, that makes sense. Oh, they had a Hopeless Nightmare. That's more in line. Sure. Well, thankfully, our opponent gave us another turn here. Because now, if they play Liliana minus, I get to just attack it for free. But they're looking to land Sheoldred, and I have 2 go for the throat, so I don't really care. I'm gonna be like, oh, watch, I'm going to exhaust him of a go for the throat. Sure. Golf. Sure. So how long are they gonna let me just hit them for, you think? 7. Now we have an interesting choice. Shilly time? Is it Vraska time? Ooh, nice. Look at you go. Double scry to the top. That's not good. I'll lose 4 life. Oh, I can sack food. What am I doing? Stupid, dude. Dumb. Play both these. I attack again. I hit for a bit. Okay. I agree. That's a treasure. So the cool thing about this being a treasure, by the way, is if they sacrifice it because it has no abilities, as you can see, it does nothing actually. And now my opponent lost.
Distractions.
I think. Well, no, they can play Sheoldred here. No, they still lose. Because I just minus down on the Sheoldred after. Sure. Cool. I thought they should have played a Sheoldred. I think playing the Viper was kind of a mistake. Not gonna lie. Sure. I'll take my damage. I'll draw my card. Yeah. Air? Ta-da! Oh, man. Mono black, not like this. I don't know, there was a couple weird spots where I thought they were going to play Vraska and do some stuff. But then they played this, which, like, I don't know. It's weird. This card I always find incredibly weird. I never know if this card is good or not. I feel like I've beaten it more times than I've lost to it. But when my opponent plays on 3 and I don't have, like, a direct answer for it, then I lose. I don't know. It's always been a weird card to me. But I think them allowing me to just, like, hit them for 7 the one turn with the land might have been what caused that game to go so south for them. Because then they were just one spell a turn and awkwardness is all it was. My opponent goes first. We'll keep. We have a really solid hand. All right. Well, I have less than solid of a hand. I haven't been playing against mono red that much, so this is just the Wizards of the Coast gods coming back to spite me. Are you guys ready to die this on turn 2, by the way? If you don't know how, with the new Leyline, they're able to play this on 1 because Leyline will be in play already. And then with that said, what they can do is they can target this with something like a +3/0 that also comes from the new set. And then they'll hit you for like 6, and then they can sacrifice it or fling it at you because that's 9 damage that it's going to do. And then it'll win the game. It's a very cool thing. I love it. I hope you all do as well because it's super fun and definitely not a problem. Opponent, my dead. You have it. Alright, they don't have it. Interesting. I know the answer to this quiz. Block. Hornet. They had a spell. Here. What do I do? Without a damage spell, they could have Lightning Strike, but I doubt they have that. Now I could look. But I think I'll do that next turn. We're gonna opt play Glissa, the all-around all-star when it comes to combat damage. Scamp, I'm not really worried about blocking. It's the Swift Spear that I should, but they find another land, another Swift Spear, 2 cards in the hand. We'll see. With Stalker Frenzy is definitely possible. What they have, it's all out attack. Yeah. Well, I block here, and I just hope they don't have enough with the Scamp to win. You better have first strike. Oh, no, I believe in you. You've been playing red your whole life. You even have different red basics in there. That requires you to put in effort to do. At least you did the same set. Honestly, I kind of tip if you're doing the same set. If you're like, man, I really like both these lands. Ooh, when it dies. Interesting. You're going that route. I don't know if I'd agree, but like, it is what it is. Now we have an interesting choice. Do I just play Sheoldred? Or do I take this last card from him? Because I could do it regardless. Let's look. Doesn't hit it. Brutal. It does not hit it. It's not a card that works very well, though. I could have plussed, I suppose. They sacked a scamp? Alright.
Sorry, I'm not
Yes.
interested in dying today.
What do we got? First strike, heck of a thing. Scamp sack, wasn't ready for it. I honestly thought it was a punt for me plussing, or minusing there. Because like, I could have just taken the Cell Sword, I guess. Take out the Prowess creature, make it harder. Prowess is way worse than this, because this is essentially a 2-3. That's how you have to think about it. That's a 2-2 even if they cast a shock. Glissa, showing her importance when it comes to these matchups. Yeah. That don't work. That doesn't work at all. Yep. I think this is them just conceding, to be honest with you. Okay. I would like to declare attackers. Would I? Actually, no, I wouldn't. I decline. I rebuttal. I play Sheoldred. I say your go. This goes here. This goes here. Yep. Very cool. First strike, death touch, making everything impossible for them. They just can't get that chip damage in, no matter how they kind of worked it around. They definitely could have monster raised this creature, but then this just becomes like a 5-3. It would have hit me for a chunk, and then they could have flung it, I guess, if that's really what they wanted to go for, which I'm not entirely sure why they didn't. But that would have cost their Swiss Spear regardless. And then they could have flung and then played this. Then I would play Sheoldred, and then we'd hope to live at like, what, 4-5? 5-4? 4-4? Then get like more life because of just Sheoldred. And then I could technically attack with Glissa and then gain life because I can draw a card, lose one, but gain one depending what I drew. I don't know. Very weird game. My opponent's name is Salty, so you ready for the aggro gamer? Sure. What do I make mad at Wizards today? I don't know. They hate me. They're hating me right now. Alright, do your worst. I'm lying. Please don't do that. Sure. You cut down. I'm really like, I promise you, I'm really happy you showed up. A little less happy that it's right now that you showed up. So, I have to try not to die. Obviously, I know. They play land first instead of targeting the challenger, so their goal is not to target the challenger. Huh? Target it. Yeah. Target it. He's mine. I have him now. They could pump it to deal more damage to me if they want, but sure. That's 5. That's a land. They already played land for turn, so there's no value there to be had. It takes 6 this turn. And then I have a Glissa to play, which Glissa's pretty sick. Ooh, 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 ooh. I don't know, Glissa's pretty hard to beat. If I learned anything from just a game ago, they have to have removal. Or indestructible, I guess. Or a slick shot show off. Or double shock? Alright, my bad, bro. I didn't realize you had it like that. Am I dead? I am dead. No, I live in 1. And then I die. Okay. My bad. My bad, dude. Yeah, that was cool. That was fun. I love playing mono red 4 times in a row. My favorite esport. All right, so now I'm sitting here. I might bring it up in the intro because I typically record my intro after I do everything, but I don't know if you could tell. I'm not in the greatest of moods. I got a lot of bad news today. There was a water leak. A lot of my appliances got ruined. I had to throw out my oven, things like that. So we're in a weird thing because like where the water leak is, it's on the outside of the house, so it's damaging the structure of like the foundation or whatever. So that's pretty cool. And then a couple of my appliances got ruined, so I don't have an oven anymore. I had to like check my fridge. We're good, but yeah. So I'm here. So if I'm a little tilted, as you kind of watch me play my games today, that's why. It's also why it's a short day and I didn't really come up with like a lot of different stuff. I just kind of played a deck that I enjoyed playing to make sure I uploaded. But with that said, it was fun. I think we didn't do the combo once. I think it just goes to show how good Golgari can be and how good Vraska and Innkeeper talent are to still play in the deck. I went down to 3 and 3 of each just because realistically, when you do play an Innkeeper's talent, it is kind of permanent on the battlefield, and a lot of times you're like okay with playing it on turn 3, which gives you a couple draws to find one, or later in the game when you can play it and pump it and then just putting a lot of counters elsewhere. I did end up putting 2 preachers on the list over like these. I'm not entirely sold on this guy. I think if you're really playing preacher, you want to be playing 4. I'd much rather play like a more versatile creature, whether that's like Sentinel of the Nameless City or like another Glissa or things like that, or like a Choking Miasma or just weird things. Maybe even like a Bronco or something just to make sure I'm doing earlier games. Maybe another Duress or something. I'm not entirely sure. But at the end of the day, like 2 preachers felt weird because it's like normally Glissa you play very patiently because you know like it's very vulnerable and can be removed pretty easily. And preacher didn't really fit that. Maybe like even a hostile investigator would work. I'm not entirely sure, but with that said, I don't really have a whole lot more to talk about in this outro. We're obviously all kind of in the same boat where we're waiting for the new set now. Mono red's annoying, and we're all in their world, and Wizards just keeps giving them better cards. I don't know. They have Screaming Nemesis coming in the ley line potentially for us to worry about. So, yep, it's gonna be a good time. I promise. Outside of that, I hope you all enjoyed regardless. I'll probably be in a better mood tomorrow, obviously, as I get like a 24-hour reset from it. But with that said, I hope you all enjoy, and I'll catch you in the next one. Thanks for watching, and goodbye.